This is the fourth transition ceremony for Montgomery College Hillman Entrepreneurs. And it's also the 10th anniversary of the Hillman Entrepreneurship Program. So this is a very special year, and I think you all are going to be very happy with to see the presentations today. I'm very proud of everybody. And let's see, and second, I already said that. So my name is Rebecca Razavi. I'm the director of the Hillman Entrepreneurs Program here at Montgomery College. It's my pleasure to work with this group of talented, creative, and highly ethical students and future leaders. To see them support each other and grow in self-confidence and maturity has been my greatest pleasure. Today we're going to be recognizing the 2016-2017 cohort of Hillman Entrepreneurs as they make their transition from Montgomery College to the University of Maryland. This year has gone by really fast, wouldn't you say? Yeah. And I would say that you also have learned an awful lot along the way. You've built your confidence and your skills. You've also built relationships that will be with you for the rest of your lives, and you've had a blast. I've had a blast being with you too. So we were going to have a few comments from Cheryl Hillman. When she comes, we'll let her. She'll have an opportunity after the presentations to address you all. But meanwhile, Kathy, would you like to say a few words to? Kathy McCallion is the dean of all kinds of things here at Montgomery College, and she also oversees the administration of the Hillman Entrepreneurs Program and is the person who made it possible that we had this program here today. So we're really grateful, and thank you.
Thank you.
So Kathy McCallion.
Who is Anton? Am I your teacher? Are you NCA 120? Yes. Oh, you did a great job. I didn't realize you did not put that on your resume.
Ooh.
I would have known that, yeah. But I'm glad to see you and to meet you. This is always an exciting day, and I'm really excited to see you all here. It's a culmination of a year of entrepreneurial thought and activity. I want to congratulate you on everything you've done this year and congratulate you on your graduation, because I'm expecting all of you are going to be marching across the stage on Thursday. I know that you all have been busy being entrepreneurs this year, but I want to give you just a little bit of history about how this program started here at the college, because I think it's been an entrepreneurial program since its inception, and people don't really know that. Over 10 years ago, as Rebecca said, a creative and very successful entrepreneur named David Hillman generously determined to give back to the community that was part of his success. He was building apartments and homes in the Montgomery County and in the PG County area, and he wanted to be able to serve those people who lived in those apartments. And so he created the Hillman Entrepreneurial Program first at Prince George's Community College with the connection to University of Maryland. But as you know, an entrepreneur never rests on his or her accomplishments, so he began to look to expand and improve on the Hillman program model. So the whole thing has been entrepreneurial from the cold call I got from a University of Maryland official. Have you ever made a cold call? They're kind of, for me, they're scary because I'm not really an entrepreneur, but you all have probably had to do it. She did it, and Karen, and the two of us then went and wrote a proposal that we could put together for Mr. Hillman that would pique his interest in expanding the program and let him know that he would get a good return on his investment. This was in the spring of 2012. By that early summer, we actually had a program and an agreement. Now, things in academia happen very slowly, but not in business. And so this thing came into creation in the summer. We got a check, and we were supposed to start in January. And we had to create an entire program from scratch. And so I think I did the fastest search and hire in the history of the college in that time. I did a search, and Gould was who I hired to be the director of the Hillman Entrepreneur. And as you know, Gould is a fantastic entrepreneur. She believed in the program. She was willing to take a risk, which is what all you entrepreneurs have to do. At the time, she was teaching at a community college in New Orleans. In the middle of semester, she up and left. She came from New Orleans to here. She brought her little girl with her, right? No, she's staying humble. Anyway, she had this whole complicated family thing, and she got here, in October? And by January, we had to have a class ready to go. And she knew nothing about MC, nothing about the program, and so she had to, starting with nothing, build everything. She networked, she went out and met with people, she developed this tremendous bank of resources and support. And it was an incredibly successful launch, so a good entrepreneur. So Ghoul, as you all know, moves on to the University of Maryland, and after I finished panicking, she turned me right over to Rebecca, who was one of her wonderful resources that was already helping in the program. And so we have another amazing entrepreneur with great vision, always a new idea. Sometimes I feel my job is not to say, think of something new, but to say, wait, you've got too many ideas, give it a wait. So she does a great job too. So that's how the program has started. 4.5 years later, we're on our second grant cycle with the Hillmans. It's a program that's been founded, funded, and run by great entrepreneurs for budding entrepreneurs like yourselves. So it's a thriving program. So I wanted you to know that there's a history to this program. It looks like it all runs, but there's been people behind it that have faith in you and faith in each other and have created this wonderful thing. So congratulations to them, congratulations to you, and I can't wait to see what you guys are going to present today.
Thanks, Kathy. That was really good. It's so good to hear about our history and just kind of feel like we're really, what we're part of. You recognize these people up here? Okay, so moving right along. Okay, so the plan is here that we're going to hear the presentations from 7 teams of business development teams, and then at that point we will we have a few items of recognition that we'd like to present to them, and then we hope that you all will stay for some refreshments afterwards. We have a very nice spread in the back, as well as a beautiful cake, which looks sort of like this, if you take a look. So first, goodness gracious, I just wanted to thank some of the people who are here today because we have a really great group and it's very diverse. We've got people here who have been sponsoring you as interns. We have Roy, Brenda is here. We have Roy Quick, who was a presenter at 2 of our classes. He and his wife Lynette have come in, so he's here to support you all as well. And Kathy McCallion, who you just met, Gil Bronco, who you all know very well, Sammy Karama, who has been speaking to you all and helping you all make the transition to University of Maryland and is one of our really shining stars over at the university, is here to support you all as well. My mom is here for the first time. So B. Hopkins, if you want to say hi to her before you go, she would really love to meet you all. I've been talking about you all nonstop this year because it's been just such a great year to get to know all of you. So I guess that is that. And a shout out to all of you who are going to be leaving us very soon and going over to the University of Maryland. I'm just so pleased to have been part of your lives for this year. Okay, so we are going to move right along. Like I said, we've got 7 teams who are going to present their new and improved business concepts today. So for those of you who were with us last semester, you may recall that the first semester, every student came up with a unique business concept and presented it in record speed at the end of last semester. This semester, we have taken those concepts that were rated the most feasible, the most interesting, the most likely to succeed, and those have gone forward with teams, with a business development team made up of students who are also in the program. So there were 7 concepts, so you will see how they have developed and grown over the last semester. Students did tons of research, some of which you'll see in their presentation, some of which is kind of behind the scenes, and if you'd like to see their full reports, I'm sure they'll be sharing those with you. But they did not just surveys and that kind of research, but also did research on their industry, market research that was very deep research. They did analysis, financial analysis, to make sure that things were going to be feasible and how much it was going to cost, and all of that piece of it as well. So there's a lot of thought that went into it. Their presentations, I think, are wonderful. I've seen them all, and they're really exciting. And so if you see somebody here that you'd like to partner with, you know where to find them. They'll be here. So the first team, so we're just going to kind of go in order here. The first team up is Team Ludacris. And I've been asked, what? LudoChrome, sorry. I like the fact that it sounds like ludicrous, even though it has nothing to do with, it's not ludicrous, it's very serious. Very, very important idea you guys have put together. So Team LudoChrome is going to be coming up, and just as a note to everybody who presents, there are 4 speakers, there are 4 people on each team, each person should be in front of a speaker, and I've been asked to ask you to stay within, about 4 inches of the speakers, because this will be recorded, it's going to be on, put up on MCTV, and also you'll have an opportunity to get a copy of your own presentation so that you can learn from it and see how great you were. So with no further ado, and no further mishaps, Team LudoChrome will come up and get us started.
Hey, Connor. Ready?
All right. So first, hello, everybody. I'd like to say that we provided you this popcorn so that we could help you remember and reminisce about the first time you had at a movie theater and the fun that you had. So today I'm here to present to you the project that we've been working on all semester. My group consists of Megan Pavlar, Equin Wen, Janelle Malone, and myself, Connor Woodside. And before we really get into the presentation, I would like to start by saying movies are magnificent, awesome features that bring people from all over the world together and are timeless and ageless. Some of the films on the current screen are the ones I love, and hopefully you share my interests. But there's a problem in the movie industry, and that is movie reviews. Movie reviewing industry is old-fashioned, boring, and bland, and has not been disrupted since the late 2000s. So a popular director once said that in the movie-making business, no one ever gives you anything. And although humorous, this quote couldn't be more true. Movie companies are paying millions of dollars to pay off critics to write biased and positive reviews for their films. But the times are changing. With the rise of services such as Yelp and Google contributions, you can clearly see that people trust people, not paid-off critics. So we decided to take this concept and create our project. Introducing LudoChrome. LudoChrome is a social media application that provides a platform for people to review and read reviews from others. The concept actually developed after a simple observation that I had with my friend. We were at a movie theater, and he was using the dating app Tinder. I thought it was ridiculous how he could rate people so easily, yet we couldn't agree if a movie was good or bad, or Bruce Willis was actually an Academy Award-winning director, or actor. And so, from thinking about this concept, I went home and I started to ask my friends and peers, do you read movie reviews? Do you like movie reviews? And I found out most people don't even trust the things they're reading. This is why we decided to create our project, LudoChrome.
As you can see here, here are 3 of the biggest people in the movie industry. Everyone's a critic. But the real thing is people trust people. Once again, our goal is to make sure that our users are master critics. They'll learn the tips and tricks, how to critique movies, and from there, we'll actually go out there from peer to peers and rate movies. As you can see here, here's why we make this bold claim. 75% of people do not trust movie critics. The other 25% of people do. But as you can see here, Culture.com says that $10 million was funneled into the movie critic industry and actually used against the people. So here's why we're going to use our app against the competition.
Now, there are many conventional movie review industries already out there in the market, such as Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. Their typical services include a 1 to 5-star movie rating system, a space for people to read reviews from paid critics, and your usual old and cluttered page format. Unlike all the other competitors, LudoChrome will revolutionize the movie review industry by providing the same services, but with added benefits and features. Our app is designed to be as effortless yet engaging as possible so that all people of all ages can use it. We initially based the format of LudoChrome to be just like the dating app Tinder. Like Tinder, people have the option to swipe left for dislike and right for like. In the same way, people can play the swiping game. Once you finish the swiping game, you can choose to upload a video or written response to the application. On the home page, the logo will be located in the top, the menu bar on the left, and the newsfeed, advertisements, and open text box in the middle. Our app will allow people to create a profile which will result in a community of readers, writers, and followers, much like Facebook and Twitter. Our app will provide customers with features and benefits, such as a reward system, to keep people captivated with LudoChrome.
So why use LudoChrome? What's in it for you? What do you get out of using our app? Well, LudoChrome is designed to be easy, simple, and straightforward to use. It's not just for those born in the age of the internet, but for those who have had to adapt. Our users have the freedom to customize the layout of the app based on their own personal preferences. In addition, our users can also earn rewards based on the amount of reviews that they post. This is our way of thanking our users for using our app, but also providing them an incentive to keep posting. And the more they post, they will earn points which they can cash in for prizes, such as discounts on services like Netflix or Hulu. Now, we need your help. Though we have the business knowledge, mindset, and skills to develop LudoChrome, we are looking to expand our team. We're searching for a software engineer or programmer to help build our business. After the launch of the app, we see LudoChrome becoming feasible within just a year through the profits of partnerships, in-app purchases, and advertisements. With another teammate, however, we could do this much quicker. Through our project, we have learned that there is a need for honest reviews. We've developed the proper skills to make this dream into a reality. Our morals of honesty, creativity, and individualism is what makes LudoChrome the solid app that it is. We combine the key features of apps such as Rotten Tomatoes, Tinder, and Yelp to completely revolutionize and disrupt the way people search for movies. With LudoChrome, you'll be in line for movie time. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Swift. This is Abby Nespor, Jacqueline Flores, and Matthew Dollar, and our company is called Absolute Wellness.
To preface our business model, I would like to share with you a story about my mom. My mom was diagnosed with a condition called rheumatoid arthritis, which causes extreme pain and joint swelling. Exercise has been proven to be beneficial to those suffering with RA. However, RA prevents my mom from achieving her fitness goals because it is challenging for her to go to the gym and exercise on her own. In addition, it impacts many aspects of her life by causing her pain when she walks or lifts things. She requires cortisone shots numerous times a year in order to perform day-to-day tasks. However, my mom is not the only one who suffers from RA. There are millions of people who are suffering from the challenges of arthritis who require specialized treatment but are lacking the resources.
Absolute Wellness has identified an opportunity and looks to take action on it. So you may ask, what is this opportunity? Well, Absolute Wellness looks to discover a community of individuals who suffer from chronic conditions such like Abby's mother. Now, within this community, these individuals all face the same challenges that come along with traditional treatment plans. Absolute Wellness looks to create a service tailored and specific towards these individuals that cut out the stress and inconvenience that comes along. In addition, Absolute Wellness will create a support system that will be a catalyst for long-term relief.
As Chris mentioned, there are many challenges for those dealing with arthritis. For instance, to attend their appointments, they have to make room into their busy schedule, and they have to bear the thought of having to manage their pain to go from place to place. That is why we have created a solution to accommodate those individuals dealing with arthritis. Absolute Wellness will decrease the trouble of transporting from place to place by implementing a mobile service and virtual interaction. A mobile van will deliver a certified personal trainer with a specialization in arthritis treatment who will be equipped with the necessary tools to provide a personalized and proper workout plan to help them combat their arthritis. With virtual interaction, our patients will be able to set up video calls with our personal trainers to make sure that they remain accountable and on track with their corrective exercises. Both solutions allow for a personalized treatment plan and can be done whether you're at home, at work, or even if you're during the weekend visiting your grandchildren. We are doing for our arthritis patients what Amazon Prime has done for your shopping experience. You no longer have to worry about going from store to store and then carrying those bags all the way back to your car. Instead, Amazon Prime allows you to click online and order, and then you have your items delivered to your doorstep. This is similar to our solution. With a mobile service, we are more accessible to our patients, and with virtual interaction, we are just a call away from our patients.
What gives Absolute Wellness the upper hand among other health centers can be summarized in these 4 bullet points: convenience, intimacy, influence, and affordability. We are convenient by setting our members at ease, by giving them the freedom to make decisions that best suits their needs. Our services are all-encompassing and will give members all of the information they need to help them reach their personal health goals. Members will have the choice to schedule an appointment over the phone, on our website, or through our mobile app. Our mobile service will come directly to you, and you have the choice to be checked up on either in person or through our virtual interaction. We show intimacy by working closely with our members and by building close relationships. We have the potential to have a large influence over the health community by setting a new standard over what can be expected when you get a health membership. Lastly, we will be affordable so that anyone who needs our services can easily get them.
So originally, we decided that Absolute Wellness would be a wellness center that would encompass physical therapy, personal training, as well as nutrition counseling. However, after conducting our research based on our market and calculating our startup expenses, we determined that it would be too costly to purchase the materials needed to construct the facility, as well as the salaries for the physical therapists, as well as the dietitians. In addition, the insurance and licenses required were way over our budget. Therefore, we determined that having a mobile service with a certified personal trainer who specializes in arthritis treatment would be the most feasible way to start our business. This way, we are providing our clients with the best customer service and experience in a way that we can afford.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ren.
My name is Andrea.
My name is Yasmin.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are Landers Land Party.
If you're a gamer, you've probably experienced having to squish into a dark, crowded room in someone's house just to play video games. This is where my idea for Landers Land Party came from. I often wondered, what if there was a place for us to go instead of having to squish into these small rooms? Not only were they cramped, but eventually everyone got hungry, cranky, and because of all the people on the internet, it became very slow. And if you've ever tried to play video games on a laggy server, it's not very fun. So what makes Landers Land Party unique is our use of local area network, or LAN. This helps solve the issue of slow internet. This goes hand in hand with one of our core values, fast-speed internet, along with our other core values of expertise in gaming, flexibility and security, and community.
Along with those critical factors that we had to think about, we also had to think about the layout of our building. So as you can see, we have two large rooms and then 2 medium-sized rooms, and then we're gonna have 4 rows in total of our computers, so 2 on each side. And then the middle area will be where we have our cafe. And in the back, as you can see, it'll be Chick-fil-A and Insomnia Cookies. And the reason we decided to partner with these 2 restaurants is because Chick-fil-A is one of the least expensive franchises and it's very popular. And also Insomnia Cookies because we had the idea of having a game-shaped cookie to have for our business. And so these are the 3 competitors that we have. We have Starbucks, we have the Cave Gaming Center, and the Strand Cyber Cafe. Everyone knows what Starbucks is. The Cave Gaming Center
is in Fairfax, and it has the same type of business layout that we want, except the fact that it only has hourly pricing, which is something that we don't want to do. We also want to provide memberships. And with the Strand Cyber Cafe, it was in Baltimore, Maryland, and it was booming in the 90s, but due to lack of security, it downfalled and it closed. So that's to our advantage. And the differences that we'll have in our business is that we'll have private rooms, we'll have security, we'll have specialty nights, membership pricing, and quality food.
Okay, so when you're having a good time, you want to be safe. But that's not always the case in gaming. You know, inviting fellow friends over and gamers, you don't have control over the situation, and you can end up with personal belongings being missing and harassment. And similarly, or alternatively, you can go to a cyber cafe, right? However, you're going to be with a bunch of fellows you don't know, and that has mishaps of its own. So what about gaming just at home? Well, that comes to one of our more, I would say, threatening behaviors. So online in video game chat rooms, you have a lot of verbal abuse, and you also have a lot of harassment. And so what happens is that sometimes this can escalate far beyond what people expect. And the worst form is this thing called swatting, where they call the police on someone who is just online playing at home. And as you can see, that is very dangerous. So because of this real threat, we see the opportunity to disrupt the status quo and create an environment for gamers to just have fun. To make this goal a reality, we have calculated the expenses, and we see that the initial cost for a lean startup to be under $200,000. We hope to get this amount through investors, through personal loans, and also through strategic marketing, such as GoFundMe accounts. From our projection analysis, we see that, we predict, I should say, that we're going to be profitable in about 4 to 5 years.
Now, to make this estimated goal a reality, we need to go ahead and secure our customers. So what we have done so far is we have categorized our customers into 3 groups. The first one we have are the gamers of today. I describe this group as students and professionals. What I mean by professionals are those that are professionals in gaming. This kind of community hosts a lot of different things like tournaments and such, where Landers LAN Party would love to host. Now, the way we plan on getting this group is by getting into their community. Because it's such a close-knit group, we want to go ahead and go to places where they can be found, like video game stores, online forums, and social media. Now, the second group that we're focusing on are the old school gamers, or the classic group. Now, these are the parents or the elder generation of gamers. Now, the reason why we included them is because gaming is not just for the new age. There's a long history behind it, and we want to recognize that. In addition to that, we also hopefully assume that a lot of these parents would like to come with their children, and it'll become a family fun activity for everyone to do. We plan to do this by targeting local neighborhoods, by going on pages like Yelp, Facebook, etc. And then lastly, we have our fun seekers. So Landers LAN Party is an establishment where we want to invite people to come just to have a good time. You can compare this to either bowling or ice skating or anything of this kind. Now, we'll go ahead and advertise to this group by going on Google AdWords and looking through our restaurant partnerships to advertise with us. So Landers LAN Party will take your gaming experience from this situation to this one. With our knowledge in gaming, our emphasis on security, our membership plans, and tasty treats, Landers LAN Party will be the place where you want to go to, making it your go-to hangout place. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. This year, a group of 4 prospect business students combined their passion in this field and created the AGM Business Consulting Project. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you my 3 partners, Suruchi, Rebecca, and Anton. Having taken the basics in economics and accounting made us realize that one of the problems in the American system and its economy was caused due to the ripple effect that bankruptcy has in all of us. Generally, we would think that such problem could be easily solved through already existing business consulting firms. However, that has shown to be not profitable in the long run due to the simple advices that these consultants give to entrepreneurs, whether it is in order to estimate revenue, cost, or profitability, or even impose their own ideas of what these entrepreneurs should guide their business into. And if this type of solution causes enough bankruptcies for a normal entrepreneur, imagine how hard it can be for a first-generation immigrant who comes here and has this dream and this idea to actually implement all his diversity and his vision and create this wonderful business and actually have it run stable and strong within a long run in the United States of America. And that is why we decided to look closer to what the main reasons were for these issues to happen on a daily basis nearly. And apart from all these tremendous and horrendous reasons that we found out of nearly like 80% of small businesses falling due to their first year as a result of not having enough information and guidance, because when they come here, they don't necessarily have all the tools, and that is why it is our responsibility to actually provide furthermore services and opportunities for them to succeed. And if you think that that's not an issue and numbers are just numbers, or oh, it's just 23, it's just 18, then let me tell you that the United States court issued 800,000 cases of bankruptcies only last year.
So this is a story of Maria. Maria is a first-generation immigrant who works in a local nail salon. After working there for quite some time, she and her husband decided to open their own nail salon. They put all their savings in it and thought it was a great idea. They registered their business and started working in it. As they were new in the country, they did not utilize all the resources that were available to them. They also thought it was not necessary to have a steady business plan. After the business started operating, they had a hard time communicating and getting customers to come to them. In less than a year, the business failed miserably and went bankrupt, causing Maria's family a huge headache and debt. But when businesses go out of market, like Maria's, it not only affects the individuals running it or the individuals that work in it, it affects the whole economy. When businesses prosper, it increases the disposable income and lowers the unemployment rate. When businesses prosper, they also bring innovation and infrastructure to the community.
AGM Group is affordable consulting for the startups who would be operating in Montgomery County and be in online support. Among 3,300 consulting businesses in Maryland, we're the only firm that will be focused on providing cultural integration in addition to other consulting services. Especially due to the last political events, it creates a necessity for potential first-generation entrepreneurs to be even more engaged in learning and adjusting culturally to the local user. The struggle of startup business is similar to a military jet. It takes jet, pilot, and coordinator who would lead the plane to the necessary destination. Many businesses fail by making a small turns, which eventually accumulate to the plane crash.
Okay, with that being said, AJM Consulting Firm induces the true meaning of trust and guidance. Our goal is not only to help develop immigrants and minority businesses here in the U.S., but also to provide them a smooth transition through the use of personalized consultation. In addition, the products we have to offer include financial planning, projections, network connections, and administrative directions. We make such services accessible 24/7 through online subscriptions. This is where our customer can access files and information necessary on a daily basis. We provide exquisite customer service through convenience by providing flexibility. We cater our schedule to the client and follow up with any additional issues via in-person text or online conference. So our business has shown to be profitable according to SageWork because of the service we provide. According to SageWork, the most profitable small businesses in the industry by net profit margin are accounting, tax preparation, bookkeeping, and payroll services. That's 18.4% NPM. In addition, management of companies and enterprise is 15.5% NPM. That's about 34% of the overall industries.
Based on the data and research, our team concluded that our project, if implemented, has the possibility to not only become profitable, but also to help create a positive ripple effect in our society through high employment, cultural harmony, and local economy bloom. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm just a little bit vertically inclined, so I'm just gonna hold this in my hand, if that's okay with y'all.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Lucy, and next to me is Aaron, Carlos, and Jen, and we're the team members of Proteus Optical. Proteus is the Proteus is the Greek god of the sea who could shift and change his shape to suit any occasions. Proteus also has a positive connotation to versatility, adaptability, and flexibility, and that is what our team strives to achieve.
All right, so in this day and age, eyeglasses are a necessity for many of us. It can correct one of our most important senses, which is sight. Although it does its job quite well, sometimes there are some drawbacks to eyeglasses. These problems the eyewear industry doesn't address because they're way too focused on fashion and style. So first, sometimes it gets in the way of physical activities such as sports and other such as running and swimming, and then it fogs up in certain environments and conditions. It breaks easily, and then sometimes it just doesn't fit. And what's worse is that there are no other alternatives besides contact lenses, but people tend to avoid them because they can be very uncomfortable, and if you're unlucky like Equin, you can get an eye infection. This way, right?
No.
Oh. So I've been wearing glasses for more than 15 years now, and I can tell you from experience that they're very fragile. So back in elementary school, some kid decided to throw a ball at my face, and then my glasses literally broke in half. Being the bright kid I was, I thought if I used transparent tape, it would make it less obvious, but it didn't work too well. And then in middle school, some kid also decided to throw a ball at my face, surprise, and my lenses literally popped right off, so they're stabbed. So I can stand here all day and tell you of all the stories of times when my glasses had disappointed me, but that would be too overwhelming. Instead, let's have Carlos share with you some of our interesting and disruptive ideas and concepts we came up with.
What I have here is a model describing our concept, which is a modular system. You can see that if it breaks, you can simply put it away and grab another piece, reinstall it, and then you're on your merry way. So our product will be interchangeable, like Legos, as you just saw. If it is readily repairable. It makes you resilient because you can bounce back quickly. You don't have to wait a week waiting at eye doctors for it to come back and for you to have to go to the store. And it is adaptive in the sense that you can be on the basketball court, simply change out your frames, and then be able to hit the red carpet right afterwards.
You can go ahead and do that for me. And this is where Proteus comes in. Proteus Optical provides our customers with custom durable eyewear, each individually fitted with 3D printed modular pieces and personalized styles. Our customers are able to freely express their lifestyles, whether it be on the courts or whether it be on the red carpet, and be assured that their glasses can keep up with whatever activities they choose to partake in. Our 3D printed parts are not only stylish and durable, their greatest strength really lies on their ability to be configured constantly and instantly as needed. Throughout their lives, people work hard to become better versions of themselves, and people constantly evolve. Proteus Optical Eyewear constantly evolves with you and makes sure your vision is clear and fixed on whatever goals you have in life through whatever obstacles and challenges that you have. And that's the diagram of our glasses. As you can see, we have custom 3D printed parts, modular configuration, and we have different adaptabilities and personalized configurations that you can fit to whatever preferences and styles that you go for.
After a thorough research, we realized that we're targeting a pretty huge market. Out of 150 million people who uses some sort of eye correction in the US, 64% of them uses eyewear. And not to mention, more than $15 billion is spent on eyewear each year. So those are pretty impressive numbers. And in addition, thanks to fitness technology on the rise, such as Apple Watch and Fitbit, people are gradually becoming more active. Younger people especially are partaking in more physical activities such as marathon running, hiking, stuff like that. And society is heading towards a more health-conscious direction, and Proteus will definitely take use the advantage of this trend. And lastly, as you can see, there's a surprising number of athletes who uses eyewear, and those numbers will definitely benefit our financial projections and sales.
So now here's a real question. Is our business concept feasible, or is it realistic? And the answer is yes. As you can see from our one-year projection, which is the graph on the top, we will be able to hit our break-even point within 6 months. And that is possible because we are a strictly online business. And we're going to operate out of our garage, which means we don't need a storefront, we don't need a warehouse, and we don't need an office. So because of that, we will only have $5,900 for expenses per month, and that is equivalent to selling 21 pairs of glasses for $275. And then for us to be more profitable, we must enter 2 markets, which is the athlete market and the military market. Now, the military market is going to take us 4 to 5 years to enter, and many things could change within those time, such as the regulations or laws, which is why I don't have a projection for that. But we projected that we might be able to get into the athlete market within 1 year or so. And that's why the second graph, as you can see, has a higher profit versus the first graph.
In ancient Greek mythology, Proteus was a god of wondrous shape-shifting powers and limitless different shapes and looks. 21st century is a day and age where that our differences become acknowledged, that our diversity becomes celebrated, and our worst flaws, like for me, become our biggest charming points, literally. Proteus wants to create comfort and encouragement for everyone with glasses that wants to be active, and wants to be stylish, be stylish. It doesn't, with Proteus Optical Eyewear, it shouldn't matter that your eyes are too bad for sports or your noses are too small for glasses. By incorporating 21st century tech into 21st century values, Proteus Optical challenges the eyewear industry to celebrate your body, your looks, and your style. When the world hands you over a frame and tells you, you too, Proteus tells you, me. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Two of our slides are missing, so sorry about that. So, Joe, you want to start?
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joel Asiama, and this is
Ulysses Medina.
Aranjay Panjalingam.
Reshim Rigaraza.
And we are Flashprint. Flashprint is bringing the new era of manufacturing through 3D printing technology. We are challenging the status quo by using precision printing to create and design your products in an efficient manner.
So, if you can imagine something, Flashprint is there to make it happen. So, imagining things is something we all do. But as an engineer, I like to see things that I imagine come to life. It's their passion, and as entrepreneurs, it also should be a passion. And 3D printers work in amazing ways. How they work is they take molten material and they put it into layers. And by making those layers build upon each other, you can make complex and unimaginable quality of objects. And this is made possible by the advancement of 3D printing technology and by the decrease in price of 3D printers.
So let me tell you about how we got started. So we're a group of nerdy individuals that we're always looking at it, researching different things. We're very nerdy. So basically, what we all have in common is that we all have worked with 3D printers before. And so naturally, our business was catered towards 3D printing. So initially, what our idea was to create this software interface that would better enable people to use 3D printing technology or design something in 3D software. But quickly, when we did our research on it, we realized that that idea is not really feasible because of market saturation and things like that. But while we did our research, which is something that we learned in our Hillman class, research is important. While we did our research, we found another opportunity in the market. That market is the manufacturing industry. Manufacturing industry is long and old. However, we can introduce an alternative to the manufacturing industry, which is 3D printing technology.
So why are we challenging traditional manufacturing? Well, traditional manufacturing has created quite a gap between production and consumption. In traditional manufacturing, the industry uses complex manufacturing methods like casting or forming to produce products. The products are then transported to the depot where the consumer may purchase them. While some large companies may be able to afford traditional manufacturing, that is not the case for small businesses. And that is because of the high cost in labor, machinery, maintenance, you name it. However, there's still a tremendous need for small businesses to still manufacture their products.
So, like Joel mentioned, small businesses face a lot of tension points. One of them is that they have to produce their own goods. However, manufacturing by themselves gets really expensive because they waste time, money, and resources that they could be spending on something else bettering their company. And outsourcing is their next option. However, outsourcing this to a large manufacturer gets expensive as well because large manufacturers want large orders, or they will charge more for your small orders. And on top of that, large manufacturers, again, they don't have the new technology. They have limitations on their technology as to what they can manufacture. So what do small businesses want? They want a new and efficient method of manufacturing that is low in cost and that does not have any of the limitations that technology poses.
So not only do we offer an alternative to traditional forms of manufacturing, we also cut down the steps that we use in producing the goods. And this allows us to form a tighter bond with our customers and also forming reliable bonds with our partners. And we can partner with companies like Lucy's, which also depend on 3D printing. Flashprint is going to start with an initial 15 high-capacity 3D printers. This is going to allow us to produce 24/7 and 7 days a week. And how does this benefit the customer? Well, we are different in such a way that we bring the human interaction into the ordering phase. So by allowing and helping the customer to work the ordering process together And so what they do is they bring the design, we work with them, and if we need to make changes to make the production faster or even simpler, we do so. And then the price is based on the materials that they require to produce the goods and the simplicity or the complexity of the goods.
All right, so this is what we're going to need to actually get started. We estimated our startup cost to be $135,430. Now, 60% of that will actually come from us and our own personal savings. The remaining 40% will come from outside sources. 24% will come from our friends and family, maybe some of you guys. And 8% will come from crowdfunding sources. And finally, 8% will come from a lucky angel investor. Now, when we did our financial projections and we looked at our markets, our customer scan and target market, we were able to come to a conclusion that we will break even after the beginning of our second year. Because of this, we can actually start to look a little bit further on and figure out what exactly we want to actually push in our business. Since we want to innovate the world of manufacturing, we have to continue to reinvest in ourselves. So to do that, by the end of the third year, we plan to actually double the amount of 3D printers to 30 that we'll have on stock. Now, overall, this will increase our net income in future years and allow us to grow even faster when we reinvest again. Now, one thing that's important to note is that while the quality of 3D printers continues to rise, the price is actually dropping. PC Mag estimates that the price per year drops by 14%. Thus, this is the perfect time to get into this business, and it'll only get better in the future.
So while our idea may be wild and disruptive, 3D printing is in fact the new industrial revolution. Like Elon Musk says, when Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said,
"Nah, what's wrong with the horse?"
That was a huge bet he made, and it worked. So I want you to join Flash Print, take a leap of faith into the new world of manufacturing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I believe we're approaching the finale. My name is Josias.
I'm Weiss.
And we are four individuals who share an appreciation for different cultures. Bonjour, comment ça va?
Salam shema khubi.
We appreciate discovering hidden treasures in unlikely places.
And connecting with people of different ethnic backgrounds.
While being cost effective.
And together, we are Linga. When you think of tour guide, you're met with the thought of group performed tours with someone who hopefully knows what they're talking about. Right now, a common problem in the industry tends to be that tours lack cultural enrichment and focus more on tourist attractions. They tend to be pricey and follow strict timelines within a group setting, and they abide by very structures to our itineraries.
And if you opt out of connecting with a tour guide, you impose the research of your vacation on yourself, or you go into it blind.
The problem with your average tour is that you very seldom know who you're signing up to spend the cherished moments of your vacation following.
When I venture out to a foreign country, I hope to discover new things and find local, unseen beauty that I otherwise would not have encountered. On a tour, you tend to be packed like sardines on a bus, you're straining to hear the tour guide over a mix of languages, and you end up with a lackluster experience in place of what you thought was supposed to be unique and magical.
With Linga, you're not just traveling like a tourist, you're experiencing the culture. Tour guides only scratch the surface. We wanted to go deeper. We wanted to provide people with an international connection and cultural engagement at the convenience of their vacation destination.
The technology of the 21st century and the hyperconnectivity of social media has catapulted us into a melting pot, creating a perfect niche for Linga. We noticed the growing trend to explore new places as social media gives its users an appetite for adventure as it connects individuals from all corners of the world. Linga emphasizes adventure and cultural connectivity.
We're innovating the tour guide industry the way Uber innovated taxi cabs by incorporating a user-friendly interface and simplifying the process of connecting with travelers to guides overseas. Airbnb completely revolutionized the travel industry by creating a platform where individuals were able to connect with others overseas to coordinate lodging for an upcoming trip.
Linga is in the process of creating a service-based app that allows travelers to be matched with a knowledgeable travel companion based on the destination they wish to travel to, while taking into account the traveler's profile, interests, and offering fixed costs.
The picture you see behind me is the prototype UI of our app. When you log into the app, you'll be asked to complete a profile. After the completion of the profile, you'll be asked to choose your destination interest. On the back end, we'll be using an algorithm to connect travelers with 3 most competitive companions in our database based on their profile information. If there are no travelers who can cater to your need or interest, or if you do not wish from the 3 top guides, then you're given the option to choose from a list of highly qualified companions in the area.
For everything to be up and running, we estimated a startup cost of $50,000. $20,000 will be used for the app, which includes a complimentary 3 months of free server maintenance. $30,000 will be used for advertisement to attract both travel companions before our launch and travelers after. After everything is up and running, we estimate that our first year will bring in a revenue of $1.2 million. To get the aforementioned number, we used the Census Bureau 2016 statistics of American travelers to Europe. Data from REDSI shows that 5% of travelers book tour guides and leisure activities abroad online. From this number, we deducted that based on the season, we could get anywhere from 2 to 6% of people to book through our app. Our prices will range from peak season to off-season, with tour guides receiving 60 to 80% of sales.
We plan on raising funds through investors, crowdfunding, and personal contribution.
We plan to partner with Duolingo to check travel companions for language proficiency, and also work with REDSI, the largest online booking software provider for tour and leisure activity. To maintain a low risk, we plan on beta testing this app through the University of Maryland's Study Abroad program, which is very extensive. But not only that, we hope to partner up with educational institutions that share similar interests as us in connecting the world. Having foreign students as travel companions will also be very beneficial in terms of safety for users.
People do not necessarily get to experience another culture when they travel, but now let's see a world painted with Linga. People will be able to travel to foreign places in which they have no social connection. They'll be able to appreciate different cultures.
People will be able to enjoy culture at the grassroots level, not the superficial level that we experience when we go on these generic tours. They will be able to find the hidden treasures.
People will be able to discuss intimately about various topics and find out that those of different ethnic backgrounds have a lot to share, but at the same time can be very relatable.
We're also helping boost economies and helping travelers not waste their money on bland experiences.
Broaden your horizons.
Discover with Linga.
Thank you.
Okay, how about we give one round of applause for everybody's effort this semester. Wonderful job. We have some additional awards besides just the recognition and the completion of the program awards, because we haven't had an opportunity to recognize students who have completed a great number of service hours, so they're going to be recognized for that as well today. And some students who were not able to make it to the convocation, the awards convocation, and so I have your awards as well. So there are more students who got awards. They were just at the convocation and received them there, but they were based on their academic excellence, their service, and their leadership. So, so we'll hear that. Oh, and so I'll be handing these out. Some of you have asked, when are we going to get one of those pens? Well, that day is today. So in addition to your certificate of completion and some of these other additional awards and your backpacks, you'll also be receiving your Hillman pen today. The Hillman pen, I'm going to read this to you because this is formal. The Hillman Entrepreneur's Pen is a symbol of accomplishment for successful completion of the first of your 3-year commitment to the program. Over the course of this past academic year, you met together in the classroom for at least 100 hours. You completed 2 major service projects, you visited local businesses and museums, you participated in more community engagement activities than I can count, and for many of you, you interned with a company or business in your field of study or interest. With your fellow Hillman students at Prince George's Community College, the University of Maryland, and those who have graduated, as well as members of Southern Management Corporation, you also participated in 2 major community service projects. Through all of this, you have grown in your skills and your self-confidence. Just as important, you have developed important relationships with your network of Hillman entrepreneurs, with business owners, subject matter experts, and leaders in our community. Entrepreneurship, you have learned on a deep, personal level, is all about people, and you have met and interacted with a fine group this year. Perhaps most importantly, you have accomplished growth in your mind, your heart, and your spirit. You have been challenged to think differently, disruptively, and to relate to people with your whole self. And your understanding of what it means to be an entrepreneur has expanded as a result. Treasure and use all you have experienced. The Hillman Entrepreneurs Program, if it is true to its purpose, is a springboard for your continued growth and development. Proudly wear this pen as a symbol of your own dedication to this continued growth. Okay. So you all can just come up as I call your name. The certificates also, just to kind of let you guys know, have a quote from David Hillman, who said, "Make waves, be a leader, take a chance, do it." So when you put this up on your wall, let that become your mantra as well, right? So Lauren Anders. So you want to go down this way? That way you can get your backpack and. Melanie Antonisian. I've got to tell you, I knew that these people had come a long journey when I came in this morning, and they were in the lounge hanging out, but they introduced each other by shaking hands. I said, man, we got it going here, guys. You guys are going to be great. Joel Isuma. You're welcome. Rachel Bittner. And Rachel is also receiving her Academic Excellence Award today. Thank you. Thank you. For maintaining what I think is about a 4.0 GPA. Maybe 3.9. Pretty good. Lucy Chen. Jen Chung. You did it. Saruchi Dahal. You're welcome. There you go. And Saruchi is also receiving her certificate for completing the Toastmaster series. Matt Dollar. Matt Dollar. Say Matt many dollars. Jacqueline Flores. Ray Shemri Garazza. Ray is also receiving his Academic Excellence Award today for also maintaining what is an unbelievable GPA for his time here as an engineering student. Thank you. Andrea Garola. And Andrea is also receiving her Toastmasters Award for completing that series. Good, congratulations. Oops, sorry. Rebecca Gutierrez. There you go. You're welcome. Weiss Hamidi. You're so welcome. Welcome. Sure. And Weiss is also receiving his Toastmasters Award and also an award for completing a writing mentorship here at the Writing Center at Montgomery College, where he worked with a mentor who's become a real lifelong mentor, I would say, right, Weiss? Yeah. Great. Carlos Iraheta. Who also completed the Toastmaster series. Aaron Louis. Nice job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a delight. Yeah. Janelle Malone. Thank you. And Janelle is also receiving the, let me get it right here, the Spirit of Service Medallion from Montgomery College this year. And he completed the Toastmaster series. Ulysses Medina. There you go. You're welcome. Yeah. Ulysses is also receiving the Service Award Medallion from Montgomery College. Where is she? Yasmin Minayar. Thank you. That's been a pleasure. Who also completed the Toastmaster series this year. Yeah. Okay. Josias Mlefeño. Well done. Angela Muka. Angela, you are also receiving your Writing Mentoring Program certificate as well as an Outstanding Leadership Award. Well done this year. Abby. Abigail Nestor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Abby's also receiving her Leadership Excellence Award today. Thank you. Good job. I saw you come in. Amrullah Nesru. There you go. Amrullah is also receiving a Spirit of Service certification from Montgomery College. Well done. Equin Nguyen. This girl is a girl after my own heart. She's determined to spend her summer becoming a writer. Yeah. Well done, my dear. Okay. Megan Pavalar. There you go, my dear. Well done. Megan is also receiving her Toastmaster completion certificate today. There you go, Megan. Orange. Sri Panjalingam. Sri Panjalingam. Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you. Orange is also receiving his service medallion today from Montgomery College. Well done. And he completed the Toastmaster series as well. Anton Stelchenko. Those of you who would like to come up later and give me some more hugs, I would not be, that would be fine. That would be great. Christopher Swift. And last but not least, Connor Woodside. You're welcome. And that concludes our handing out of certificates. Again, congratulations, all of you, for a year well spent.